What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Micah. So today we are at our house just staring at our beastly little Dakota that we built here. So it's lifted 5 inches, it's on 35, so that technically gives us 7 inches of lift. But what is this? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Yes, I did. So we got another Dakota. So I just love wrenching on these things. And this actually belonged to my neighbor just up the street here, around the corner. So I had seen this Dakota sitting there, and I liked that it was white as ours is black. And it's the quad cab, it has the 4.7 V8, it's 4x4. This is going to be a 2001, and our other one is going to be a 2004. But basically the same truck. There's a couple differences between our black one and this white one. But so I stopped when I saw the gentleman getting home, and I asked him, if he was looking to sell this thing. And he said, well, I don't know. I've never thought about that before. I'll have to think about it. So grabbed his phone number and kind of kept hounding him about it, asking him if he would get rid of it. And he said that he would then one day. He said that, well, I got to put braces on my kid, so I'll sell you the truck. So we got the truck, we got a fair deal on it. I didn't want to rip him off, being his neighbor and all, but we got a fair price on the truck. And so we're gonna build this one up just like we built our black one. So the plan for this is to put it on those 35-inch tires. We're gonna do a 2-inch suspension lift, 3 inches for a body lift. And so our finished product is gonna be just like our other one. So then we'll have like the white lifted Dakota on big old tires and the black one. It's gonna be awesome. So, and I'll kind of just show you around the truck. It's really tough to find these second gen Dakotas that aren't completely rusted out, like in horrible condition. So like I said, this one's gonna be a 2001. It has 147,000 miles on it. Not too bad. It does have the 4.7 liter V8. They used to have the 5.2 liter in these, but then they switched in 2000, I believe it was. So coming around the front, has just the stock everything, headlights, bumper. The bumper's actually in really good condition on this one. It's not bent up, the chrome is nice. We do have a small little rust hole over here. There's a couple little rusty spots around this truck, but nothing structural, nothing that I'm too worried about. So, and this baby does not leak a drop. It literally just runs so perfect. It just purrs like a kitten. But you can kind of see there's a little bit of like bubbling in this chrome finish here. So we'll see if we can't iron that out. Otherwise, we'll just go snag a new grill from the junkyard. I am going to go to the U-Pull-It junkyard and get a bed liner for this one since it doesn't have that. So we'll see if we can't find a good grill on a Durango or Dakota out there. And it kind of has the same spot on the left side here. Another little rusty spot right behind the headlight, but not too bad. So, and this one does have the 16-inch rims. So the factory tire size for this one was the 265/70 R16, which is about a 31-inch tire. So, and we're gonna jack it up and get those 35s on there. It is the SLT version, so it has a few different features. It has like the what would you call it? The little display up top, kind of on the roof, that says like your miles per gallon average, your direction, the temperature, stuff like that, which our black one does not. But this one does have that. This one is gonna be the 2-wheel drive with the 4-wheel drive high and 4-wheel drive low. Our 2004 is actually an all-time all-wheel drive, and then it has 4 high and 4 low. Super rare. This white one here, the 2001, it's gonna have the 355 gears in it, whereas our black one has the factory 392 gears. Extremely hard to find, but that's what you want ideally when you jack them up and put 35-inch tires. The 355s are going to be fine. It'll get around, definitely around town. You'll want to drive with overdrive off, and we'll probably have overdrive off until we're at like 60 miles per hour, most likely. But all the glass is good, the windshield, all the windows work. You know, there is a little bit of rust kind of underneath it here, but nothing too crazy. You know, the last 2001 Dakota I had holes, you know, in these back corners here that you could literally just put your whole arm up into. And this one definitely has some rust in the same spots, but nothing too bad. Not gaping gigantic holes like our last 2001 had. Oh, there is some slight bubbling on the paint over the rear fender, but it's not too bad. It's not rusted through or anything like that. Clearly we've got a mud flap about to come off, but we're gonna pull those off anyways because we'll need the clearance when we put the 35s on, especially if we take it through the trails. The back on it is fairly clean, you know, as far as the tailgate. The bumper's in great condition as far as the chrome, except for right in the middle. This is kind of a known problem spot on those Dakotas. But, and of course, the spare tire winch is gonna be broke on that one. It's actually broke on our black one too, but it doesn't really matter because once we go to 35s, we won't be able to fit a full-size 35 as a spare under there. So I just throw them in the back end of the truck. So, and luckily we do have the full-size spare. So we'll just throw an extra 35-inch tire on that one as well. Of course, the factory taillights, you know, they are absolutely awful, but we'll be switching those out as well. Oh, over on the right side, you get a slight amount of bubbling there, but not too terrible. It is chipped in this one spot, and you can see a little rust coming through, but nothing too horrible. I mean, compared to 95% of Dakotas out there, I would say that this one's in better condition. You know, for being here in Nebraska where they salt the roads at least. Oh, and then down on the right side, there is a little bit more bubbling down there, a little bit more rusting too. Nothing terrible, like I said, no big gaping holes or anything like that. So, and with me knowing that I was going to lift this truck, you know, right when I bought it, of course, I checked all the body mounts underneath it here. So I'll show you guys that. So as far as all of your body mounting spots there, you know, there's not a ton of rust around those. So we should be all good as far as lifting the truck up. You know, if you get one of these Dakotas and you know that you're gonna do a body lift on it and a suspension lift, there's just a few spots, a few bolts and places that you'll wanna check. Make sure that you don't run into a problem, because with the way some of these old Dodges rust, sometimes you might run into problems. But otherwise, the rest of the right side is pretty good on it here. You know, all the wheels, none of the wheels are marred up. Obviously, there is brake dust and dirty stuff all over that one, but they'll sparkle up. That'll come right off. So I think overall, we got ourselves a pretty decent little truck here. I'm super excited to build on this. So last night I loaded up all the parts that we're gonna need in our eBay cart, and so we got all of those ordered. So those should be here in about a week's time, and then we'll start building this truck. So my goal for this is when all of our parts show up, I'm gonna try and have it built start to finish, just like our other one, with the lifts, lights, tires. Yeah, we'll do an exhaust chop on it as well, but I'm gonna try and have everything done in 2 days' time, flat. I think that's definitely doable. It's probably gonna be a day and a half, but we'll see if we can't crunch it into 1 day. And so for this build, instead of just reviewing like the finished product like we did on our black one, I'm gonna go over absolutely every single thing I do on this white one. So the suspension lift, there'll be a whole video just for that. The body lift, a whole video just for that. For the exhaust, for the headlights, for the taillights, you know, every single thing I'm gonna make a video about. So if you guys wanna do this to your truck, you will have complete instructions start to finish of how to do all these different things. And we're just gonna use basic hand tools. I'll probably have one electric impact gun just to make things a little bit more speedy. But for our last Dakota here, every bolt was just turned by hand. And so that did take us about 2 days to build the whole thing start to finish. But if we have an electric impact, I bet just some of those things, especially like the body bolts, where it's such a long bolt, you know, and since they've never been taken off, sometimes they're just hard to turn out. And so when you've got a breaker bar and a socket and you're doing a quarter turn at a time, I mean, it just takes forever. Some of those bolts take like 20 minutes each to get them off that way. So with us using an electric impact, that's just gonna speed things up so that your videos aren't like an hour long of each of these different tasks that we're doing. Well, and just to kind of show you some of the parts that we ordered. So I ordered a lot of the same parts that we did on our black truck here. So we got these exact same headlights. So those just look really nice. They kind of have a black and chrome housing with just the clear lenses. I mean, they look a lot better than the factory ones. For tires, we didn't get the exact same Ironman all country mud terrains, but we got another mud terrain. I believe they're the RPB or RPB, I don't know, something like that. But they're a really aggressive mud terrain. They look awesome. They're the same size, the 35s. So since they're for a 16-inch rim, they're gonna be a 315/75 R16. And they're a 10-ply tire. As far as the taillights, you know, we got these exact same taillights. I love these, and especially on black and white Dakotas. You know, having just this clear lens with kind of the black housing, you know, you get your one red reflector here, but it just looks so clean on a black or white Dakota. So we got those exact same taillights that we'll throw on. And we did get the same third brake light as well. So that kind of follows the same theme of that clear lens with the black housing and then LEDs. So the combination of that third brake light and then these taillights go really well together. Otherwise, I mean, we got the same bulbs, you know, LED bulbs for our reverse lights. I'm actually doing regular bulbs for the front turn signals instead of LED bulbs. So for an exhaust job, we're gonna do the same thing on our white truck that we've done on our black one, which is just gonna be a muffler delete. And so all I do on this, I use 3 exhaust clamps and then 2 different 18-inch pieces of pipe. So all I do, this is our factory pipe right here. And so I get one pipe and I slip it over that. I put a clamp right here, and then I use another pipe that has 2 ends on it. So it slips over our first pipe and then it slips over the rear of the factory pipe that's on there. And then just our 1, 2, 3 exhaust clamps there. So I mean, the whole exhaust job probably cost 25 bucks, maybe it's like 20, but I think about 25 bucks just to put those 2 pieces of pipe and then our 3 clamps on there. So not bad. And then I just take like a Sawzall and cut the factory muffler out of there. And so that works just fine. But yeah, super excited to build up this second truck. So follow along with the build. Like I said, I'll have videos for all of the different things that we're doing to it. Well, and I think that's all I have for you guys today. So like the video if you like Dakotas, subscribe if you want to see more, and follow our build. And until next time, have a great night, guys.